absolutely right in pointing that out. And at least the message that came in from the government, from the finance minister, was that the government would ensure that compliance burden, not just for, when we talk about the gig economy, but compliance burden for the economy was going to be an issue that the government would look at. The DPIIT secretary telling me very clearly that a mandate has been issued to every ministry to look at how they can reduce the compliance burden. Just last week, as we were going into the budget, we had Urban Company talk about how in India they have to file 40+ GST returns, whereas in other jurisdictions like Australia and Singapore, it's one. So, the compliance burden, I think that certainly is something that the ecosystem has been talking about and hopefully will start to be addressed. But Vishwas, I want to come back to you. You were right in pointing out that we've seen this explosion as far as the digital payment space is concerned. UPI transactions grew 103% in 2020. What do you see now as the next move within this space, within this specific ecosystem?
I think the next new is going to come from the Reserve Bank of India. So after the passing of the Payments and Settlements Act, they are like God now. So they have all the powers. So three bold steps that RBI is taken now. One is on the new umbrella entity for retail payment systems. What it means that it gives a network kind of a license like what an NPCI is today, or globally in US, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, diners. So what will this entail is that private companies for profit will be given a license to run a network to build innovative products similar on the lines or better on the lines of UPI with their own branding, of course. So it need not be just a handle and a pin. In a UPI transaction, it can be your face and a pin where the transactions can come in. So this new umbrella entity for retail payment systems, once they get the licenses, I think a lot more innovation will come. So from there, we can increase the today 120 million odd transacting customers, digital transacting customers, to take it up to 500 million. And the acceptance points also increasing to around 50 million. The second bold move of RBI is, of course, the Payment Infrastructure Development Fund. How do we increase the acceptance? We already spoke. Because that is very required, because today, if you see, most of the salaried guys are at the end of the month going to an ATM, withdrawing cash, and then paying the Kirana shops or all the other shopkeepers or MSMEs everywhere. Can't they pay directly on a food cart or at a Kirana shop or anything? So that's required. That's another bold step of PIDF, where RBI is selling out money from its own pocket to build this fund, and even the networks are supporting. And if Finance Ministry also tops it up, it will be really helpful growing the acceptance base. The last step that RBI is taking is on the SRO. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. The last step that RBI is taking is on the SRO. That's a self-regulatory organization which the private players, the ecosystem players themselves can form the rules, and it has some legal sanctity and legal teeth to take actions and solve issues. This will boost consumer confidence in a sense that if we know that a particular frauds are happening, or between the players, we can build a negative database of be it not just merchants who are moving from one aggregator to another and defrauding customers, or even a negative list of fraudsters who have this fraudulent card numbers, or even in a cash on delivery situation where there are dropship locations which are fraudulent. So these three bold steps from RBI is the next big action points which can really take our digital payments, which is already the world's most advanced, to the next steps.
So that's now the wish list from the Reserve Bank that the digital payments ecosystem has. But Nimesh, Vishwas